The Norwegian Jade just came out of dry dock May 2026, and when she arrived in Alaska, she was a different ship. 4 changes you need to know about before you board. Number 1, the Vibe Beach Club is now on deck 14. Number 2, the thermal spa was completely renovated. New hot tub, cold plunge pool, and a salt room. Number 3, there is a brand new Starbucks in the Atrium. And number 4, the library and game room are gone, replaced with new cabins. I just spent 7 days on this ship sailing Alaska. Here's exactly what changed, what stayed the same, and whether the Jade deserves a spot on your cruise shortlist. The Norwegian Jade is a Jewel class ship. Her sister ships are the Gem, the Pearl, and the Jewel. Okay, let's walk the ship. We're starting on deck 12 because this is where most cruisers spend the bulk of their sea day time. One advantage the Jade has over sister ships like the Gem is the Jade only has tables on one side of the pool deck and keeps the other side free for additional loungers in the shade. You can actually find chairs together on a sea day. One thing I love about the Jewel class pool deck, you have 2 pools and 4 hot tubs in a large open area with an entertainment pavilion between. A lot of the time, Alaska weather does not cooperate, but on our cruise, it was gorgeous and the main pools and hot tubs saw plenty of use. Topsider's Bar and Grill is right here. It's a great spot for grilled items like burgers and hot dogs without having to leave the pool. Sea day tip: on Caribbean or any warm weather itinerary, be on the pool deck by 9 a.m. if you want chairs together. This is not necessary in Alaska, but it deserves a mention. Deck 13 contains additional loungers and the pit stop bar. One word of warning for anyone sensitive to smoke: the bar has a smoking area on the starboard side. Moving up a level, this is one of the most significant additions from the renovation. The Vibe Beach Club is now on deck 14, an adults-only area with dedicated loungers and a completely different atmosphere from the main pool deck. On most NCL itineraries, I'd call the Vibe a solid upgrade worth considering. On an Alaska sailing, it's iffy because the weather can really fluctuate. But on a beautiful day, it is really worth it in my opinion. Access to the Vibe is an additional charge. Moving back down to deck 12 forward, we pass what had previously been the library and the game room. These rooms have now been repurposed into ocean view cabins located behind this wall. Beyond is the Mandara Spa, which offers a variety of services, but we're going to focus on the thermal suite. The thermal suite on the Jade is not the same experience it was before dry dock. What they added: new heated loungers, a new hot tub, a cold plunge pool, and a salt room. My wife books the thermal spa on every cruise, and her report from the Jade is 2 thumbs up. One tip: in her experience, the thermal spa was most crowded between 10 a.m. and noon on sea days. One more upgrade from the renovation: the spa is no longer gender separated. Couples can now use the sauna and thermal suite together. That's a meaningful change. On the opposite side of deck 12 is the Pulse Fitness Center, which is a very comprehensive workout facility with beautiful views. Moving up to deck 13 midship, you have Moderno Churrascaria for the meat lovers, endless cuts, full salad bar. You have Cagney Steakhouse for the classic steakhouse experience, and Sugarcane Mojito Bar right there if you need a pre-dinner drink. Here's the most important tip I can give you for specialty dining. If you want a table at either Moderno or Cagney's, book the moment your 120-day window opens. Both venues fill fast. Now, here's the Jade-specific boarding day move. Deck 7 forward to Jasmine Garden. That's the spot to lock in or change any specialty dining reservations you were unable to make pre-cruise. Jasmine Garden is the Asian specialty dining restaurant, and it actually became a cruise favorite for my family. One main reason was the appetizers. You can select up to 3 appetizers, which includes sushi rolls. I had both the lo mein and the beef and broccoli, and they were excellent. My wife was not a fan of her entree the first night, which was the tofu. So the second night, they allowed her to select her entree from the appetizer list, and she really loved her 5-spice chicken lettuce wraps. Within Jasmine Garden is the Sushi Bar, which is another specialty restaurant. At the rear of Jasmine Garden is Teppanyaki, the Japanese specialty restaurant, which again was a family favorite, with everything cooked in front of you and great entertaining chefs. Le Bistro, the French specialty restaurant, is located on deck 6, forward by Magnum's Bar. Finally, La Cucina is the Italian specialty restaurant on deck 12 aft across from the Garden Cafe. The Garden Cafe is your main buffet on deck 12. Honest size comparison, it's smaller than what you'll find on a breakaway class ship, and it gets crowded on sea days. Plan to eat at off-peak times. The difference in crowd level is significant. If you have to eat at a peak time, one nice, really underutilized perk was at breakfast and lunch, they opened La Cucina for overflow seating, and it was always quiet and peaceful. We ended up doing that a couple mornings, and it was a nice respite after running the buffet gauntlet. If you're sailing with kids, the Splash Academy for ages 3 through 12 and Entourage for 13 through 17 are both on this deck midship. My strong tip, register your kids and send them to their clubs on embarkation night. Moving all the way aft on deck 12 is the great outdoors. I want to spend more time here than the average ship tour does, because on Alaska sailing, the great outdoors is not just a dining venue. It became the best gathering spot on the entire ship. Yes, it serves food, a limited menu, casual, open air, but what happened here on this Alaska cruise was something I didn't plan for. A group of us started gathering at the great outdoors on sea days with our binoculars. We spotted whales and seals multiple times. There's something about a dozen strangers all turning at once toward the same spot on the water. Binoculars up, everyone pointing, that you cannot replicate anywhere inside a cruise ship. Here's my number one tip. Bring binoculars for every single member of your family. Not one pair to pass around, every person. When a humpback breaches 200 yards off the stern and you have a teen or grandchild next to you who cannot see it because you're holding the binoculars, you'll wish you would have packed a second pair. One other tip while you're on this deck, the Jade offers a complimentary tea time at 3 p.m. right here at the Great Outdoors. Finger sandwiches, scones, coffee, and of course tea. It costs you nothing, and it is one of the small pleasures on this ship that does not get enough attention. Deck 13, all the way forward, is the Spinnaker Lounge. If you are sailing an Alaska itinerary, this is your secret weapon. This space pulls double duty as the observation lounge for the ship. You have massive floor-to-ceiling windows that allow you to take in those glaciers and mountain ranges from the comfort of an armchair. It's also the main evening social hub for the high-energy evening theme parties like the 80s theme night and glow party. It's incredibly versatile. Aft, you have the sports court. This is a great open-air recreation area. Unlike some of its sisters, the NCL Jade does not have a rock climbing wall here. Deck 7 is the heart of the ship. Grand Pacific main dining room is in the aft, NCL's signature dining room, and the most elegant space on the Jade. Here is a tip that will save you money. You can order from an abbreviated version of the Cagney Steakhouse menu right inside Grand Pacific. A full steak dinner, same kitchen, with a surcharge that is less than Cagney's cover charge. The Atrium is a really nice space, midship, deck 7. Here you'll find guest services, the shore excursion desk, and dominating the space is the new Starbucks. It is a full operational Starbucks, and it does accept Starbucks gift cards. If you have a gift card balance loaded on the app, you can use them here. One tip, take a screenshot of your gift card so you don't have to burn Wi-Fi minutes accessing your app. Tradewind shopping is in the Deck 7 stern, one large store. The single store layout on the Jade is more navigable. I actually enjoyed it more. Now, let's talk about what's happening at night. The Stardust Theater spans decks 6 and 7. It's the main entertainment venue on the ship. The entertainment was NCL production shows like Blazing Boots and the Broadway Cabaret. Both were full production shows, live, full costumes, the complete experience. We also had a guest magician who performed 2 nights. Here's the seating tip that matters. Arrive at the Stardust Theater 15 to 20 minutes before showtime on a regular night. On a sea day or a popular sailing, give yourself 30 to 45 minutes. There are no advance reservations for most NCL shows now, so it's first come, first seated. Now, the Bliss Ultra Lounge on Deck 7 forward, This is your primary karaoke venue on the Jade. And I mean primary. Karaoke runs every single night. If your group enjoys karaoke, or if you've always wanted to try it on a cruise and never had the right setup, this is your ship. Quick pass through deck 6. The casino is here, and one word of warning to anyone sensitive to cigarette smoke. There does not seem to be a designated smoking area from what I could tell, so it is very smoky. And I will say that cigarette smell often extended out to the Magnum's bar. Moving aft, you have a really fun bar row with Magnum champagne and wine bar, Mixer's martini and cocktail bar, and Tankard's beer and whiskey bar. Alazar is the second main dining room, and it's located on deck 6. Smaller, more contemporary feel than Grand Pacific, same menu. If Grand Pacific has a wait, walk down one deck. Here is my overall take on the Jade. This is an itinerary for a ship. There are no go-karts on the roof, no massive water slide complex, no racetrack, and when your itinerary is Hubbard Glacier, Icy Strait Point, Juneau, Skagway, and Ketchikan, that is exactly the right ship for the job. The 2026 renovation made a good Alaska ship better. Before we wrap, I want to walk you quickly through the standard balcony cabin because the room you sleep in matters and a few things in here are worth knowing before you board. First impression, really nice room. Smaller than the club balcony suite. If you're on the fence between a standard balcony and a club balcony, I will always push you toward the club balcony. But if a standard balcony is what fits your budget, here's what you're getting. There are no power outlets at the bedside. None. If you use a CPAP machine, bring a long extension cord. You'll be running it from the desk near the balcony door or from under the TV. The only thing near the bed is a USB-A port under the lamp. Useful for charging your phone, not useful for a CPAP. Extension cord, do not forget it. The balcony, 2 chairs, standard size, but you didn't book a balcony on an Alaska cruise for the furniture. The bathroom, no complaints. The shower is a solid size, well positioned, and really good water pressure. We really appreciated that after a cool day. One note for families and groups. I sailed this cabin with my wife and daughter. With the sofa bed pulled out, the room is tight. The mattress is firm. That is a polite word for it. 3 people is workable. 4 people with the Pullman down is an experience I would not recommend for a 7-night Alaska cruise. If you want the complete deep dive on this cabin, the full tour is linked right here. One more thing before you book. Cabin side matters on this itinerary. Southbound, Whittier to Vancouver, select a balcony on the port side. That puts you on the land side. Coastline views the whole way down. Northbound, flip it, starboard. Lock that in before you book. And drop a comment below. Have you sailed the Jade before or after the renovation? I read every comment and I respond to everyone. And if you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. And as always, thanks for watching.